boyfriend's name. He said, did anybody try to...
Hi everyone, good morning. Sorry, good afternoon. Good afternoon everyone, how you all doing? But Abayo, are you back? How you doing, sir? Gbogbo ẹyẹ ń jẹ pẹpẹ soup, everything náà ìjà wọn sọ fún wa o. Àwọn tàbí sọ yín rí yín o. Ẹgbẹ́ má gbàgbé iṣẹ́ yẹn o. Good afternoon everybody. How you all doing? Mr. Muiwa, how you doing, sir? Yeah. Good afternoon everyone. How is everybody doing? Good afternoon. Tolu. Bamidele Mary, what's up? How you doing? Say you don't carry pen and book and dictionary. Hello, my channel. Good afternoon, everyone. How we all doing? How we all doing right now? Wagwan. It's been a very hectic and eventful week, and we're grateful that we're still, relevant and we're still living. And hey, God is still in the business of blessing his people in it. Yep. How's everyone doing? Sorry, I'm trying to put all of these things together. Sometimes you know what I mean? Good afternoon, everybody on Facebook. Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon, Twitter. Thank you all for joining in. Welcome to Chatroom with the King. My name is Victor King, and I'm privileged to be your host. Sorry, everything is still a little bit fluid right now, because I'll possibly do like 2 shows today to just make up, because I I'm having a mixed feeling. I have two things that I want to deliver, which I don't like to do in the same show. So let's decide. There are certain realities I want to discuss with us about Nigeria. Shere Ntiri or Nigeria or Bakalara at this point. Agbára ní Bọ̀dábáyọ̀. Bọ̀dábáyọ̀ báyìí ká máa tá ṣìkàrà wa. Ẹ̀yin àti Bukky Jesse lẹ́jọ́ ń gbé Manchester. Èmi ò ẹ̀yin lẹ́jọ́ mọ́ra yín rí àwa ọmọ rí. Mi ì dé Manchester nílé ayé mi ì lè ní débẹ̀. No. At this point, if anybody is not concerned about Nigeria, I don't know what you are concerned about. Nigeria is a hot mess. And see, whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria, whether you are getting it good, even if it's favoring you or even if it's not your business, you are outside Nigeria and wherever country you are, things are working out for you. Don't forget that you have families and friends who are back home. You know. So I have a very deep concern for Nigeria, and I've been doing a lot of studies, and I begin to have a pointer on some reality, which I want to discuss with you, particularly about as we navigate towards 2023 election. See, okay, well, let me not go there. So I want to talk about Nigeria. Then I want to, this month, I want us to get back to our, Chatroom, our main program, where, and I titled this month Redemption. Redemption. I really want to talk to us, particularly to everyone who have experienced some form of disappointment or retrogression in the past. Particularly to everyone who have been through one form of disappointment, those who have been through some of the comments. Sorry, my glasses. I moved. That's why I said so many things are a little bit fluid right now. That's why it's difficult for me to even come out and do a show. I just moved to another part of town, and most of the things are different, and it's hard. The furnitures are different, so God is helping us. We are getting better by the day, so we just have a facelift and upgrades, and me too, I'm good. So it's still free. I'm just chilling right now to just do it whichever way it comes. We'll find I'm actually setting up a whole studio in one of the rooms here, but that takes a whole lot of logistics. Therefore, I don't have the money to blow in there yet, but hopefully in time we'll get that done. I want to have a full blown, um, visual studio right there. So I want to really talk about. I've been having conversations, and this one we're going to be focusing on what I call redemption, and let me explain that to you. Is for everyone who have been through some form of disappointments, some form of failure or retrogression in life, and over time you begin to feel as if you don't know how to come out of it. You are in a deep mess, and as time progresses, you realize that you're just sinking into that mess, and you're just trying to find a way out and how to pick up the carcass of your life, how to pick the fragments of your life together and move on from there. So we'll be talking about redemption and ultimately what I call, moving on. How you can get beautiful arches, how you can be better than what you have suffered, how you can be better than what you have been through. You know, there is a other side to everything. There is other side to everything in life. There is other side to everything in life. By the way, happy new month to every one of you. This is the month of August. My prayer for you is that this month, that August visitor that visited Abraham and brought him the good news of the promises of God that has been long awaited. And by that single visit, the promise of God find fulfillment in his life. This month of August, the angel of God will visit you and he will bring you good news. My prayer for you is that this month of August, God will remember you for good and he will establish his covenant with you. Everything you have long waited for, you have labored for, you have been trusting God for, this month it will pleases God to show you mercy. Ọlọ́run á fi àánú wá yín in this month. That's my prayer. So happy new month to every one of you. We are navigating towards the end of the year. Whether the devil like it or not, whether the economy gets better or not, whether coronavirus goes or it stays, for the rest of this year, you will have no loss. You will suffer no loss. 1,000 will fall by your side, 10,000 by your right side. It will not come near you. You are permitted to hear of evil. You will not see evil. You will not be a partaker of evil for this year. Irrespective of what goes on, you will suffer no loss. You will not lose your life. You will not lose your children. You will not lose your family. You will not lose your job. You will not lose your health. You will not lose your sanity. You will suffer no loss this year. It doesn't matter what the situation may look like. So we'll be talking about redemption. So I'm a little bit confused on where to start from or which one to do first. And I probably have to come back. Now, by standard, I want Gamil, I want admin me. Our shows, our programs cannot exceed 2 hours. Can never exceed. So I'll probably later come back. So which one do we address first? Do we talk about Nigeria first or we start the series of redemption first? I'm getting opinion votes now. Yes, general opinions. Yes. Should we start this series of, for the entire month of August, we'll be talking about redemption. Forgive me, I'm still a little bit free. Like I told you, I spent the last 3 weeks with the moving and, stuff, arranging furnitures and buying. It's a lot of, I can't come in, come by, to bear. Hey, bear. See, Michael said we should talk about Nigeria first. Okay, yes. Opinion. Somebody said redemption, please. Okay, 1-1. Yes, opinion. We will still talk about both. I'll probably come back. Me initially knew. Of course, Mr. Mwe, we say Nigeria first. Yes. Iketo Bono. What's that? Iketo Bono. Yes, Nigeria. Yes, say Felicity. Says Nigeria. Anointed Alaga says start redemption. We will do one and then we'll come back and do another one. If I do this is 12, we'll do it 12 to 2 and then I'll come back by 3 and do another one. So it doesn't matter, we'll still do both. So, but which one do we do first? Redemption. I noticed that the men are saying redemption, the women are saying redemption, the men are saying Nigeria. I have time today. I'm actually show pardon. The way all these speakers are doing show, Joe, they bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n kàn sọ fún mi nǹkan tó ń lò gangan. Kí ló ń lò náà fi ń ní energy láti ṣe show bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? Jésù ọkọ̀ mọ́mọ́ lọ́rùn. Àwọn èèyàn ṣe show. I saw one of these speakers that did 4 shows overnight. Four. Àwọn mú gbó ni. Àwọn ń lo Reflon gangan tramadol ni. Gbóná tí ń use strength yẹn. Kò fẹ́ yé mi o. I will finish this by 2, take a break, get something to eat. Then I'll come back by 3 o'clock and then do another one. I've not been active on Facebook because of the moving and all of that. I'm trying to make this place beautiful as possible. I live in a bigger house before, which don't make sense. It's just me by myself, I just need something smaller than that, so I can actually, be compact and be myself. So we are trying to at least small, but you know what they call small but mighty. Even if it's small, go to hell. Anointed Alaga. 14th is the code. Okay, 14th of August. Our 14 gang. 14 gang. Alright, we put that in mind. Happy birthday. Let me take a moment to appreciate this person. I don't know who is behind that profile, but I want you to know that I appreciate you deeply. And I am humbled by your level of commitments towards this platform. Stonegate. I don't know who is behind that account, but whoever that is behind that account, that God knows you. This is, I don't know. Sometimes the love that I see from people is overwhelming. When people extend so much of, Stonegate has been extremely committed to this page. Like, before I post, by the time I will post to look whether Shoti posts, I will see that it has 1 share. Guess who it is? Stonegate. Thank you very much, Stonegate. The finger behind that account will never know dryness. God will do you good. As much as you have shown so much, commitment to the little things that we do here, God will attend to every need of your life. I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. Like, you've been amazing. The hand behind the accounts, that hand will not know dryness. Thank you very much. I every time I see it, I say, if it is somebody that I know now, I will say, oh yes, because it's my friend. That's why I don't even know the person. Thank you so much. Okay. Wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ owó ọ̀fẹ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́. Mazẹ́ẹ̀sì, mo máa ń gbọ́ Yorùbá ọ̀bọ̀ mi ìmọ̀ Yorùbá kà o. Shout out to our YouTube audience. YouTube, orí wà ń bẹ̀. Thank you very much. Wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ owó ọ̀fẹ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ YouTube àti Facebook. Oh, okay. Àwọn speaker àbí wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ owó ọ̀fẹ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ YouTube àti Facebook. Yorùbá reading me is not that excellent. I can speak, I can write, but I'm not very proficient in reading Yoruba. And give me credit, I'm not a Yoruba man, okay? All this Yoruba data will come to my inbox and say, are you not you are a Yoruba man? And you are this. Anointed Alaga, you are amazing too. You are such an amazing, but jealousy see, just in case Anointed Alaga is toasting you, don't grill. I don't know whether it's a man or a woman. Whoever is behind that account, jealousy no pa, last. That person is one of my very adorable fan, like one of the most active accounts on this profile. But that account, can jealous nothing. I'm sure it's a woman. I can bet my life is a woman. Jealousy no pa, Stonegate. Jealousy ko. Ẹjẹ mọ fẹ jealousy máa fún ẹ ní sọlẹ o. Yorùbá ẹ̀ la tó jẹ́ pé alágbèrè ni bọ̀dá yẹn. So why the fair Stonegate? I'm gonna poison it, pal. Let's start. Okay, maybe we should start from the redemption, and then we'll talk about Nigeria. Abi, Nigeria ain't gùn mí jàre. Nigeria ain't gùn mí. Okay. Wumi leg, hello house. Okay, let's talk about redemption. Then I'll talk about Nigeria. No, Nigeria. I can pay that to you over Nigeria. You see, and tell that guy say I'm Bobrisky. Now, let me share with you real quick. You see, in life, we're going to end up what our life will become. The totality of the result we are going to bring out of our life will be a derivative of two things. Number one. Okay, yes, let's do redemption first, and then we'll talk about Nigeria by 3 o'clock. Number one, the choices we make. And number two, the relationship that we keep. The choices we make and the relationship that we keep. I'm going to start this series, and it's going to run through the entire month about redemption. Life is in phases. People are in stages. There are different phases in the life of every man and every woman. There is a phase where you are an absolute dependent, where your parents make decisions for you. There is a stage where you become pre-dependent. There is a stage where you become independent, where you take all the decisions for yourself. Unfortunately, our decisions at an independent stage are always a build-up of decisions that our parent has made for us when we are dependent and when we are pre-dependent. Growing up in Africa, you can barely have independence if your parents probably live long. So most times in Africa, we are dependent and then we are pre-dependent. We really don't have an absolute independence. Àbẹ̀ni tó bá járe ẹ̀gbà early enough. In these stages of life, salient decisions of our life, or the most crucial part of our life, are being decided that we transcend into another phase of our life, of what we call the commitment stage, where commitment now arises, responsibility arises. And then it transcends into responsibility. And then it transcends into consequences, which is the result stage, where both the decision that you have made for you and the one that you have made for yourself, now you begin to see the results. You are well raised, and then you get it good, and then you have a family, you marry your husband, which will probably be your decision of your parents, or 50% of your decision and 50% of your parents. And then the marriage work, or the marriage did not work, or you now raise children and then you end up a single mother, or the marriage work and then you have a good family, and then you raise your child well, and then you begin to see the result of what your children will be like. So the decision that your parents make for you can affect how your children will become, how your children will end up becoming. They did not have a contact with your children. They just raise you. But the way they raise you and the choices they make for you determines if your children will have a father or not. They want you to marry. They want you to marry quick, marry quick, marry quick. You marry the person. You marry Agbako. You become a single mother, most likely. Oh, they want you to marry a rich man, rich man, rich man. There is a lady that I know years back that told me about when ìgbà tí mo fọ́kọ mi ńgbà yẹn ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ Coca-Cola bùjẹ́ bùdànù ni. But when me I know them, the husband is broke as shit. The woman is the one. The woman has become the breadwinner of the house. So then he's saying, if you know when I married my husband, the husband was so. I would look at him and so this man was once rich. Guess what? Right now, that woman has walked away from that man. After 3 children. 3 grown-up children. Because the parents wanted her to marry a rich man, he got married to a man that she was not in love with. So when the love of money exists, the marriage exists. But when Oga get problem, when money no flow again, love vanish. Marriage, when the plane crash. Marriage, the body crash. And he ended. So that decision of marrying somebody that is rich has ending up now affecting the children to not have a father to live with. And then it would transmodify like that into nemesis. Nemesis now is that now you are 55, you are going to 60, and you're 50 as a woman. Now the children are already in college, they are already graduating, they are working, they have their own life, and you are lonely. Those are nemesis of actions. Now you are in a lonely state. One can actually be bulldog. You that you have been shakaraing and you are preserving yourself, you have morals when you are much younger. You have taste of men. I can't date this one. You can't do this. He's not my type of man. This one is short. I don't like teachers. Oh, I like people who are like doctors and engineers. Yeah, I don't like. Now you are in your 50s. Anybody knock you. You are knockable to anything. If you have a dick and the dick can stand, yes, that's it for you. Because you're lonely. You are messing with men now that, and they are doing shakara for you, and you are crying in your heart. Hey, me, see a leak. You know in your heart that it's not a good fit, but well, when the desirable is not available, the available become desirable. At what point will a man miss it and not be able to pick the carcass of his life? At what point can we miss it and it looks irredeemable and irrevocable? So what strata is the damage that can be perceived beyond repair, that can be called irredeemable? Let's not focus on how it got bad. I've seen so many, I've had conversations with so many young ladies, and they bore me with so much story of bitterness. Talk. You know how many times I fall asleep on people when they are talk want to kill me. Talk. Because they just want to, talking is good, it's therapeutic, yeah. They just want to talk and pour out how bad it was and how bad they are being treated and how bad that relationship is and how they are fed up and how we did this and how we did that and how we did this and how we did that. And this is why they have not been able to have a better life. Because they have focused all their emotions on how it went bad. How can you say you want to move on and you are moving on looking back? If your focus is on what happened, you will never be able to harness the opportunity of what is to come. If your focus is on what has happened, you will not be able to harness what is to come. Hear this. Let me tell you. Some of you, it is the love of God and the love that God has for you that destroy your previous relationship. Your life will have amounted to nothing too significant if it did not break. Don't hold on to what God is trying to take away from you. This is the irony of life. We are human beings. We cannot project into the future. So you don't know what's ahead of you. So you just think this is so good. And we're good together. And when we started, it wasn't like this. It was really this thing. And you begin to hold on to this because you think this is the good. Yes, maybe it's good. But maybe God wants you for the best. Do not hold on to what God is trying to take away from you. No matter how fantastic it was, hear me, it can be better. Oh, now where do I pick up from? When I was much younger, now I'm 38, now I'm 45. Hey, we both now I'm lonely. Hear this. The glory of the later house can be greater than the former. Irrespective of how old you are now, irrespective of how many child you have now, irrespective of. Some of you, God sent you to the college of life in your first marriage, in your previous relationship. They are not meant to last forever. They are meant to school you for the best of God that is yet to come. But, auntie, you have spent the last 5 years, 3 years, 10 years mourning what is not good for you. You have spent the last years forcing and crying and forcing. Everybody is tired of you. Let me give you a secret. Everybody, all your friends are tired of you. You have told that story to them more than 50 times. Every time you have the opportunity to talk, you talk the same story. They are tired of you. They are just shaking it for you. The same old story. In fact, when you start it, they can finish it for you. You have not been able to get to that point of redemption. You are just seeking sympathy and pity party. What does that do to you? There is a place of redemption that is waiting ahead of you. You pass by it every day, but you have not been able to harness it because you have clouded your mind and your sight with the pain of the past. So you have not been able to harness the opportunity of the future. Pain and profits don't go along with each other. You cannot be in pain and make profits. At this point, it is not that man that is hurting you. It is you that is hurting yourself. It's not about what has happened. Guess what? Your crying, your anger, your bitterness, your resolution of, oh, all these men, all men are the same. Nígbà tó ṣe dáadáa, wọ́n sán àti ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. O ṣe wá dídá láti di nuisance. Wo, à ń fi àti ẹ̀ gbá long tennis. When you are doing it right, you got the wrong result. You now want to do the wrong thing. What result are you expecting? Auntie, somebody's misbehavior should not condition your behavior. If you are saying your ex-husband or ex-boyfriend or ex-fiancé, whatever it is, did something that is evil for you, and you move out of that relationship to now become wild, you are as bad as him. Oh, now you don't want to trust anybody again. Newsflash, nobody should trust you. You don't deserve to be trusted. I can't love 100 again. No, oh, yes. Oh, okay. You did everything for that guy. Spend your resources on him, and he end up still breaking your heart. So now you don't say, hey, Mike, come bomb me. I can't even. So you can't even buy a birthday greeting card for a man again. Okay. So is this next person now is the one that hurts you, Abby? Guess what? This is how you shut yourself, shut down on the goodness that is waiting ahead of you. There are so many women who have been through disappointment in relationship, but God has brought good men your way, and you have let them out due to the pain that you have refused to let go. So many of you have lost on goodly men, choice men, men of consolation, men that are supposed to wipe your tears and compensate you for what you have suffered. But the character of pain that you have not let go have hindered you for you to establish a solid relationship. Because of one bad man, you have lost many good men. One man that hurts you one time, you have empowered him to hurt you multiple times more. How long should that person have so much potency to make your life miserable? It is that time for you to make certain priorities. What is important to you? Hear this. Nobody, I repeat, nobody have power over your life. People don't have power over our life. We give it to them. It is us who empower them. There's no one person, not a single person, has such potency to make your life miserable. It is only the person that you have given power to do so that can do so. Take your life back. If only you know that some men are called transitional men. There are certain people who are part of your story. Let me rephrase that. Hear this. There are certain people that are part of your journey, but they are not your destination. I'll take that again. You need to understand that there are certain people who are part of your journey, but they are not your destination. You see, in this life, everybody do my J breakfast. Every freaking Bumburascat person do my J breakfast. Ìgbà tó máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ló mọ̀. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe máa jẹ breakfast yẹn ló kò certain. What that means is this. Everybody we have is ordeal. You either take it as a disaster or you take it as a price that you are going to pay and thrive. Oh, he cheated on me, he cheated on me, he cheated on me. You left the relationship. Well, I don't support any man any woman to remain in an abusive relationship. If any story that I listen once I hear one abuse, I tell the girl, end of story, walk out of that shit. But he left the relationship because he cheated on me, he cheated on me, he cheated on me. He jump out. Yet another one. Newsflash, he will cheat on you too. And then you will jump out. And then you date another one. He will cheat on you. And then you get to the point where you can't take it anymore. You are now tired. Frustration to our wọlé, you have now resolved. All this man, olórí burúkú ni wọ́n. Olórí burúkú ni bàbá ẹ̀ náà. To rock in that day. But you are the community nuisance. You have empowered one person to make your entire life miserable. If only you know how many good men you have lost because you have refused to hands off the pain of the past. Nobody should be that powerful in your life to control your behavior. If one person can leave you, and see, so many of you, hear me, your ex is laughing at you. You have so much make your life miserable that he's seeing you doing correctly. Okay. Because you have made him feel as if he controls your life. That is how a man will tell you, hey, tó bá fi mí lẹ̀, ta ló máa fẹ́ ìwọ kíní kan, ó ti rí ẹ̀ tán, see me finish. But that's not where we are going. Let's progress. Like I said, this series is not about how you enter into this ditch. This series is about how you come out and be better. There is an other side. There is what we call the other side to everything. There is what we call the other side to everything. There is what we call the other side to every bad situation. There is another side of pleasantries. To every good situation, there is another side that are seemingly not good. Beauty for ashes. Auntie, I have a message for you. It's time for you to reappraise your life and get your life back. It's time for you to begin to love like the way you love when you are 17 years old. That is the right thing to do. Listen, let me talk to ladies a little bit. Do you know that I see so many ladies make this fundamental error? This fundamental error of making a decision to be horrible because you did well in that relationship and this guy paid you with evil. And it disappointed you. So you don't feel like moving forward, you will stop doing well. Because you think that it is your doing well that make him do you bad. No. Somebody's misbehavior should not condition your behavior. It is not because you are good as a woman that the relationship did not work. It is because he is bad as a man that the relationship did not work. Did you hear that? That relationship end up not working. You end up being abused, not because you are submissive. You were being abused or assaulted in that relationship, not because you are a good woman. No. You were taken for granted, not because you are generous to him. Those are good virtues. Oh, he cheated on you, not because you are not being obsessed and excessively possessive of him. He did you evil because he is evil, not because you are good. So don't let him steal your emotions and still steal your good character. Because you see, he will not only leave you, he will make sure that you don't have anything that can make you keep a man again. Because you see, that next good man that is supposed to make you happy will need those good virtues that you are taking away from your life. Oh, good. Did anybody understand what I'm saying? You need to get this. Your good deed is not the reason why it did not work. It did not work because of his bad deeds. Can I say that again? Your good deed is not the reason why it did not work. It did not work because of his own bad conduct. So do not let somebody's bad conduct pollute your own good deed. I wash his clothes, I cook for him. I'm not mad, I can't do that again in my life. Okay. But I thought you said you want to now be happy. You want to have a good man. How can you want to be happy, but you want to be bad? God is not wicked to give a good man to a wicked woman. If you want to stop being a good woman, you don't deserve a good man. Oh, I want bad girls. That's the lie the devil told you. I want nobody to marry. That's a lie. The end justified the means. You see them marry. Oh yeah, he's still married till now. He's been married 10 years ago. Yeah, well, guess what? I share what's on that good idea. What is the end point? Is she happy? If she's happy, is the husband happy? The place that those bad girls enter, can you enter there? Ẹlòmíì ti di Ṣàngó torí kó lè àlè keep ọkùnrin. For what? Ṣògùn bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe gbà lọ́wọ́ babaláwo náà ń gbà lọ́wọ́ pásítọ̀ tíra ò gbẹ́yìn. Is that the life you want for yourself? Oh, is the bad guy is the one that is keeping a man by sleeping with 3 other sugar daddy? Don't let the devil deceive you. Don't let the devil mess up your life. There are good women that are happily and settled in a happy relationship. The fact that they cheat you is not because you are a good woman. The fact that he treated you bad and abused you is not because you are a good woman. It's because he's a bad man. You are just a good woman for a bad fit. Period. Avail yourself for the best of God. I think that most times women limit themselves and limit their capacity to the availability of the men that they have met in their life. You begin to limit your options. You begin to limit your options and limit your productivity. So let's move forward. Yeah, I have to read back new. Redemption. How do you move from the place of pain to the place of profit? I want to teach you. I want to walk you through a series. Today I'm just laying a foundation. We're going to spend the entire month talking about this. How do you move from the place of heartbreak? Some of you, not the break heart, it we had 2-3 years ago. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni kan tó bí grandmother iná ti ń break heart èèyàn. Guess what? It will not stop. I don't break heart ara wa ni survival of the fittest ni. You must have probably break somebody's heart too. ẹlòmíì èèyàn the good man only ẹ títí títí tí ò gbọ́ ni torí pé kò fine boy fa ọ̀rajà wọ́n ti padà sàn àti ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ nísìn wọ́n á rojọ́ òṣì káàkiri orí ẹni tó ń lé ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ ló mú ẹ. You know how many men will hear that your relationship crash and they will be like ọlọ́run mọ̀ mo dẹ̀ love ẹ̀ gbá ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kò dáhùn. I saw any of you. Your priorities were wrong then. You made poor choice. Yes, but that's not the point. Now, it has happened. Things has gone bad. You are back to square one. Families are asking questions. They're asking you, kí ló wá kàn báyìí? Then, tí ọkọ bá kọ̀yàn, ọkọ lèèyàn náà máa fẹ́. You know those sermons that they used to give you now? It's not me that will start telling you, but that one something. So now, so many talks are going on in your family house. They want to see you come up with something, you know. You are under pressure, you are lonely, you are in pain. And you have not been able to take away the pain out of your mind. Or you admit that the nemesis of that experience, of that pain, is affecting and conditioning your disposition and your behavior. When you go on 2 dates, you just run for the man. You meet people, you talk to them, and then before you know it, you have run away. Or, you are even trying, you are even giving in your best. They are just the one running away from you. Men will come, they will chase you. All of a sudden, they will just go cold and disappear. And you are wondering what is going on. It's something in your character that has been conditioned by your pain of the past that is now repelling to any man that wants anything good. Any man that can stay with you is a man that just wants to knock you and walk. So, you know when the man wants to just knock you, he doesn't mind your bad behavior. So can you? Who cares for virtuous woman if you just want to lick the plate? Correct. But the man that mean well with you will not be able to stand certain things because see, I don't care how much I love you. I'm still worried about my own peace. Every man is worried about this. In fact, he's not even worried. Men have fears about their future when it comes to relationship. So when he's chasing you out of love. How many of you have experienced that over time? I just see that you are very quick in getting men's attention. They will come, they will chase you, they will be, you see that you or I die. They will chase you, and all of a sudden they go cold on you and vanish. And it has happened repeatedly, not once, not twice, not 3 times. If you have been experiencing that, you need to listen to me very good. Check yourself. There's something in you that is repelling good virtues. There's something in you that is repelling good virtues. And you see that thing in you, what the pain of the past have dropped in you. From the beginning was also, that's not. How many of you are actually having certain characters right now? Let us get the public opinion. How many of you ladies or men, it has nothing to do with gender. Men can be that too. How many of you are having certain behaviors or you know that you do certain things now, but you know that it is not you? Ordinarily, it's not you, but you still do it anyway. Drop a comment. Let me see you. You do certain things when you meet people or, when you date or go on a date. There are certain behaviors that you have now. Maybe now you are becoming unnecessarily obsessed with, being possessive, watch a man like a hawk. But you know that ordinarily when you are much younger or earlier in your life, that's not you. Let me see you. You do stuff that you know yourself, it's not part of you to do, but you do it anyway. Because of what you have experienced in the past. Where are you? Okay. There are still some good Christians here. Okay, there are some honest people here. Thank you. God bless you. You know, you do some things now that you ordinarily don't enjoy or you don't do before. But because of what you have experienced in the past, you have resolved into doing those things. Now you are everywhere like evil spirits, chasing his phone and chasing the any man's social media. A man talk to you, hello, how are you? You exchange number. By the time you get home, you are searching him on Google, searching him everywhere, doing background checks. And ordinarily, you used to be a free-minded person that you just don't stress yourself. Okay, yes, Bamidele say get angry easily now. So you now you have turned to Margaret Thatcher. Rage. I don't know any other thing that repels a good man than rage. Rage. Let me tell you what the Bible says. Bible says it pays to enter fire than to be in a house with a fiery woman. A woman that is filled with anger. Pé ó pè kéèyàn jóná ju kó wà nílé pẹ̀lú obìnrin tó ní gbónára lọ. Is repelling. For you to admit it, that is because it's not part of you. I spoke with a lady some times ago. You know, I will tell you stories, a lot of stories. Who's this person? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Victor.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Jewa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I want to check party your test, just
Oh, okay. Ṣé
yeah.
pẹ̀lú Mayor àbí? Yes, sir. Mo rántí nísìn. Ṣé mo lè pè yín in like an hour's time?
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
All right, no.
Ẹ máa cast. Ẹ fẹ́ cast. So I was having a section with a lady earlier this year, and she began to tell me, the husband was verbally abusive and was not there, and then he was cheating, and then the husband is not like begin to deprive her sexually. A woman that is not having a active sexual life, especially from 34, 35, lọ sẹ́wọ̀n àwọn bíi late 40s yẹn, wọ́n kanra ju kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ. The woman will just be nagging for no reason. Like they are angry and they don't even know why they are angry. He's knacking. The only reason why you are crying with everybody, you just need something to put you in factory resets. Oh my word, to reset. So of course, she will definitely be in a nagging mood. The husband just cut off. They don't have any sexual intimacy. Everything she says is like the husband was like just a piece of shit. And then you find out that the husband is messing with one American girl, one dirty looking girl like that. And she said something that bothers me while she was talking to me. She said, Mr. Victor, kí ni wá tense tó kí mi gan, mo wá realize pé mo wá ń jà pé everyday báyìí she told me herself that she knew that she actually misbehaved a lot, that òun máa mú báyìí ni òun máa lock aṣọ ẹ̀ báyìí ló di pé òun ti wá wà òun she now become physically aggressive because your husband has been emotionally aggressive towards her series of time. She has now developed rage and pain. Her pain, pain can grow to become an anger. Don't let us have that argument, Bamidele. Don't let us have that argument. Back way. I'll prove you wrong by every standard. Let me ask you a simple question before God and the congregation of the people. Do you like sex or not? We are not saying freak. Everybody is a fucking freak. Do you like sex or not? Yes, you like it. The fact that you are not doing it because you want to keep dignity doesn't mean you don't like it. You like it. You want it. You want it right now. Which woman don't want to be laid? Yes, you like it. Leave all this African hypocrisy. You like that shit. Yes, but yes, you are not in the best position. You are not in the position that maybe you don't have an active relationship, so you don't have an active sex life. Oh yeah, cool. And you don't want to. That doesn't. You don't want to now become a community service and every man begin to knock you. Yeah, so you are keeping dignity by abstaining. So you are not having it not because you don't want it. You are not having it because you are not in the best position to have it. Doesn't mean you don't like it. You want it, die. Am I catching the topic here? Am I catching the topic here? Artist, she said, but not having sex won't make me aggressive. That's a lie. I'm not telling you what I feel like. I'm telling you what has been clinically proven. There are certain hormones in the body of a woman. Google it. What I'm telling you, Google it. You didn't make yourself now. It is God that made you. You didn't make yourself. There are certain hormones. Once your hormones started running around everywhere. See, sex is both physically, therapeutic, mentally, and medically. Both physically, mentally, and medically has an impact on your life. Don't let us begin to talk about the importance of sex. I'm any problem. I'm any problem. Let's not. I don't like to have this argument. If you want to have it, we'll get on it. If you think you are doing well, not having a sexual life, you lied. Maybe you think you are doing well. You will do better if they are knocking you on the stage. Your brain. Go and Google it. There's a way it functions on your brain. There's a way sex work on your brain. Yeah, your productivity will even increase. Personally, I will not even hire anybody that don't have an active social life. I have a company. You are single. How old are you? You are 42. No, I can't hire you. You are single. Do you have a boyfriend? No, I can't hire you. Oh, they worry. Oh, they worry. How old are you? 38. Are you married? No. Do you have a relationship? No. I can't give you a job. You are going to pour the bitterness in your life on my job. No way. You will do better. So many of you really think you are doing well being by yourself. No. It is because you don't know how better you could have been. That's why you think you are doing well. We didn't say angry. Maybe that's not the right word for like I did, but it can make you get cranky. There's what we call hormonal imbalance that not having an active sexual life can cause. It's clinically proven. It's not a guess. It's not even a debate. It's clinically proven. You don't have to be angry, but you can get cranky. Once you get to that, especially when the woman is getting to the ovulation period, and you like your hormones is running around, you won't know it. It is you that you don't know it. Everybody around you knows that. It is what you can get cranky. It doesn't mean you are angry. You won't get angry, but you really get cranky. It's very normal. It doesn't make you a bad person. That's how it is. That's how it is. You get cranky. It's never any. Don't let anybody encourage you that you are fine. Yeah, what is sex? Sex is everything. Don't deceive yourself. It's only women who don't have an accent that says, yeah, kilo, come back, come. If you phone. You know the crazy part? It is the women that like knacking that always water it down. They say, Kilo, come. Hey, wait, look at this one. On top knack, lie. It is those ones that like the knacking that always talking like that. I see women just talk rubbish and talk as if they're the one who do their own body component by themselves. There's some things you can't tell us. There are some things you can't tell us. There are some things you can't tell us about yourself. You don't have to introduce yourself to us. As long as you are not your own creator. As long as you don't create yourself. You don't have to tell us how you feel. We know how you feel. Something like I say is the only thing that makes me cranky is money. I lie, you will not dip money inside. Don't deceive yourself. Bitter women know how to water down the essence of intimacy. Matter of fact, it is a sign of bitterness. And you say, Kilo, come, I don't need sex for anything. It's a sign of bitterness. You are bitter. See, as human beings, we have learned, we always know how to disvalue what we can't have. As human beings, we always know how to devalue what, because you can't have it. You know, say, I don't even need it. They say somebody have private jet. Say, kill him, my private jet. She, my private jet. Holy afford, babe. Why do you now say you cannot kill the baby? Oh, no, when the only people who always say, oh, sex don't bother me. It doesn't determine it doesn't determine my mood. It doesn't determine whether I can be cranky because of sex. Is bitter women. It's only lonely women can say that. Find me a woman that have a good social life. They will tell you how amazing it makes them feel. Stop that nonsense. It's because you are just watering down what you can have. Bankole Felix, say it on this part, but they have not born anybody well to attack anybody. I have a neighbor who said she haven't had sex since 2010. Change your neighbor. Her husband is in Nigeria with another woman. She's always cranky, aggressive towards the kids. I told her to move on because she's transferring the anger on an innocent kid. She kept telling me she doesn't need sex. Yes. See, those things, they are using it to console themselves. They say they don't need it. You don't know. The night that she sleeps and she's only overnight, that day she will woman can throughout that day. Because you see, it's not her, it's not character. It's hormones. Your hormones will start running around. See, you know, sometimes women fight and they don't even know why they're fighting. Women have attitude for no reason. Just like, babe, are you okay? Yes. Kilo share nothing. Yeah. We'll do it then. The only people who say sex is not a big deal are people who can't have sex. The only people who say it's not, sex don't matter to me. Find out. Cool. Oh, cool. Oh, beer. I've been share. Go and bring women who have in a good relationship, who is happy with their relationship, who have an active life. They will tell you that sex is the fuel that engine their life. You see a woman goes to work and she's productive and her brain is functioning right, you will know that the weekend was fantastic. The weekend was fantastic. But can I come about the sex? Oh, God damn me. See, this is a bitter woman statement. When you see stuff like sex is not a big deal. Now, on a more serious note, I've been in psychiatric health for over 6 years. I don't know if you guys know. that I'm a psychiatric health worker. We have a whole unit in my hospital for bitter women. King Cyrus. Now, let me not forget this. On a more serious note now. Change topic. On a more serious note. You see what if you wrote? Sex is not a big deal. Owó àti ẹ̀bà ní kókó. Àtẹnu ọmúnjẹ. Like, I like plenty money. There are 5 stages of depression. You know what they call depression? There are 5 stages of depression. And you really need to read about it. We're going to get there in this series. There are 5 stages of depression. One of the stage of depression, which is the third, after you pass through the grieving stage, you go to denial, then you go to now. The next stage is the stage where you begin to replace your pain with something. You begin to alternate your bitterness with something. Because you want to forget your pain, you will start looking for something in exchange for it. That's why you see people are depressed and then they will start eating more. And then they will get fat uncontrollably. You see people who get into depression and then they will start drinking alcohol and then they will become addicted to alcohol. You understand? You see people who are depressed and then they will start doing stuff, or they are lonely and then they will start gambling and then they will get addicted to gambling. And people who are, it's a stage of depression. That's a third stage of depression. From this stage of depression, you need medication. If you escape this stage to the first stage, you have to be on medication because it will become a psychiatric diagnosis. This is the stage that so many women have. You will not see that they will not face that. They will not be obsessed with children. They will buy PS4, PS5 game. The children will have like 5 different games that they are not even using. They will buy shoe for the baby, buy this one for the baby. The shoe that is not even wearing. They will buy shoe that is not the baby size. Shower so much love on the children. And then that baby, you're locking your condition today, Lord. You can't be outside their custody. If they are at work, they are worried about the children. They will put 20 cameras in their house. This is watching the children. They are trying to pour the emotion on something else rather than where their emotions has been crushed. How about your mommy? It's not just love for the children, it's depression. Somebody say one thing to the child. Hey, everybody, man, okay with your love, money. What they got about 10 seconds? Just buy anything. The baby will have 4 bicycles. Like them. It's a state of depression. They are trying to pour that emotions on something else. So when you see a woman comes with these statements, sex is not a big deal. It is money and eba. So first you are turning to food, you become a foodie and get fat and look ugly, and no good man will want you. So your life is messed up. You are in deeper shape. See, this problem with pain. Once you fall into it, if you are not careful, you begin to dig that deep. The dish you fall into, you will begin to use your hand to dig it further more, and you start going down the more. Somebody throw you in a mess that is 6 feet. If you are not careful, you will start digging that mess for yourself until you are like 200 feet down the ground. We'll get into how to come out of it. But since you people want to talk about sex, Emate, say, no. Do you know that it's a stage of depression for somebody to like walking? After you pass through grief, you pass through denial, you get to the state. That's the third state. That's a third state where you begins to alternate your emotions. You're trying to replace your pain with something else. You know, it's actually a state of depression for somebody to like work. It's still the same stage. You will see some women. She's not hardworking, no. When she was in love, she doesn't work like that too. She will work day shifts, come back home and work night shift and work this and work night shift, work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and work Monday, Tuesday. Depression, you. Depression. Kì í ṣe pé ó fẹ́ tú tó bá máa find out kì í ṣe pé ó ń fowó yẹn ṣe kan kan. She's just engaging herself so that she doesn't get to remember her pain and running away from it. It's a state of depression. So many people don't know they're depressed, but they're actually depressed. It is depression. You won't know. You just gradually. Adina Jibola, God bless you. You just gradually be running your engine out. Do you know how beautiful you were in that relationship until the relationship went off? Since that man broke your heart and you walk away from that marriage and you walk away from that relationship, you know that shit ain't the same. You're not looking uglier than what you used to be. Pick your life up. So don't let anybody deceive you with all these lame statements. Sex is not important because you can't have it. It's because you don't have access. That's why you're not. It's a state of denial. Now say, what is there in sex? What is there in man? As human beings, we always know how to disvalue what we don't have access to. We disvalue what you can't have. If they say somebody bought a car of 300 million, okay? Car 300 million. Show him phone. Will the car take you to heaven? Will the car disappear? What will anybody kill your wife? You don't compare and say, when you get to that level of where you can afford it, your brain will function differently. You will think differently. We always water down what we can't have. That's the same way a woman who doesn't have a relationship, who doesn't have access, no side nigga, no side dick, will not tell you that sex is nothing. One woman said, sex cannot even give the pleasure that vibrator can give. Woman vibration by your head. But why pick it by the jet? Because then don't answer phone. And you now have a relationship now, they knock you are not satisfied. You start sweating and be wetting and be peeing on somebody's bed. You have watched too much porn. All these men that tell you that sex is nothing, I don't need a man. Want to brief him, I want to budget. You are watching porn every night and you are saying sex is not important. You are very stupid. Are you not deceiving yourself? You are living in denial. You are going up and down, talking. It is your anger. It is your anger that is making you talk down a man. It's still that pain that is making you say, what is a man? Because, see, there are so many men. How many of you here, you know it in your heart, that was any conversation that leads to men to just say anything good about a man when it comes to relationship, you are angry. It's a trigger for you. It is your anger that is making you function like that. It is your anger. Let me answer this for Lashade. So keeping busy by working hard to take one's mind off from pain is actually a state of depression, and you don't have to agree with it. Now let me explain that to you. It is, should anybody work hard? Yeah, hell yeah. But if your motive of working hard is for you to forget your pain, it's a state of depression. Do you understand? Now, for me, when I talk to people, when I counsel people who are going through a moment of heartbreak, I personally advise them to engage themselves in things that are profitable. Do you understand? So I personally agree. If you have time, take a program, do some trainings, because you see in life, when somebody walk away from your life, the biggest revenge is success. You must make sure that the bad person don't come back and still meet you. Somebody left a guy, they broke up, left a lady with a child and walk away from her. Walk away from her over a decade later, come back and was still just, I see there, nobody, no boyfriend, nothing. Ó dẹ̀ tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fọ́ lẹ́nu because ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Ó dẹ̀ tún fọ́ lẹ́nu, ó tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ tún mess it up. Excuse me. Ó dẹ̀ tún mess it up. You know? So the biggest revenge is success. I personally advise people, equip your life. I didn't say work hard. There's a difference between working hard and working smart. There's a difference between working hard and working smart. No sensible person work hard can work smart. So I personally encourage people, okay, yeah, improve your quality of your life. You can take a program, go to school, do something. Do things that you think you can't do. Men will be abusing you and be telling you to your face that you can't be anything without them. Them that rubbish, walk away from you. Do everything that you could ever imagine that you can do. So I personally encourage this. I want you to do something, be better. And I personally encourage people to engage themselves and engage their mind instead of just sitting down, wallowing in your pain and throwing pity party. But if your motive of working back to back, that's the difference between work and fatigue. So many women are actually doing fatigue. You work day shift, you go and work night shift, work day shift, work night shift, work day shift, work night shift every day. Weekend that you're supposed to rest in the house, you are still working because you want to forget pay. Guess what? You will not forget that pay. In fact, that work will now make you get frustrated and multiply your pain. Because everything that don't work, the day you will not get sick, you say, somebody will not be working like this. If the day they say they bring a BG&B, say, am I supposed to be paying electric bill? Say, if somebody have your husband now, Baba, I couldn't just that walk away. If it's in the day your car break down, you say, if it did not walk away now, you will blame everything that's wrong with you on him. Frustration will set in. So, if the motive of working is because you want to forget the pain, you will really not forget it. And it will end up damaging more things in your life. I have a question. So if you come home and your kids finish all the rice you ask them to cook for you, and you started shaking because their dad was type and started shaking and caused their dad. What type of depression? That's the first stage of depression. It's called rage, where you are expressing your anger. The children are down. It's the first stage of depression. Now, that is a light stage. That's not even depression at all. You can be managed. You can call yourself to order. In my hospital, we have a place where we put people to just talk about their pain. And when they are talking about their pain, we'll give them a big pillow like this. We'll give them something like this to hold. So as they are talking, you can make them punch the pillow. We have a maze where you can just walk around to now say you process. This time we don't want you to talk. We just want you to keep quiet and just walk around the maze, like a zigzag line for you to just process. And so you can find yourself and find expression. So that you give people to just, something to express your anger on. We have so many items. Like as you are talking, you must have something in your hand. And guess what? We don't say punch it. We don't say squeeze it. We just give you to hold. 9 out of 10 times, as they are talking, they will be going like this. And then they get to a point, they just say, and then bam! They will slam the pillow on the floor. It's a state of rage. We don't know when we do it, but we do it. Single woman, they have something that is called abara. Yay! Go and ask any child raised by a single woman. Go and ask any child raised by a single woman. They always show love to their children, but ìjọ tí rage yẹn bá dé tán bá gbá ẹ ní àbàrà lẹ́yìn ó máa wúkọ́ ni. I say you can't do anything. And yeah, like it's silly. Men say that to women that they have see finish. You see me finish now because of I see me finish because of that thing. Because he has underestimated your capacity. And you too, Mumu, you have do come and make him feel like you are absolutely dependent on him. I've said it before. Somebody was saying I'm saying rubbish. I met a lady that said she has never put gas in a car before by herself. She has driven over 3 cars, but she has never go and put gas in a car by herself. And then the husband died. Somebody tí o mọ̀ ṣe ń ta epo sí tí o mọ̀ ṣe ń ta epo sí mọ́tò. And life became miserable. Some things you think it is love. It's not love. Some ori buruku that you are doing now when your relationship is good. It's not romance. So let me talk to you now, woman. When see, God will help you, your husband will live long. Yes, your relationship will work, your marriage will continue to be sweet and sweet. But that's not the reason for you to be useless as a woman. You think it's romantic. Oh, come man, change tire me. There is no knowledge that is a waste. Know how to do things. Yes, he's doing it. He's doing it for you. But know how to do it. Don't be stupid. Don't be unfortunate. They did not born you with husband. It is this life that you came to meet the husband. So it is when women have become too vulnerable and make it too obvious to the man. That's when he says stuff like, yeah, you can't do anything without me. Because it's not like he knows that you are the one who gave him that signal. I've been married for 25 years. My wife is sexually innovative. She's a lawyer, no sex. She's a lawyer, no sex is the same. I use her as tie to trim my favorites. Side chick. Yeah, sometime this one we're going to talk about side chick factor. Somebody said, ask my big question. Did I miss anyone? Okay. What of a lady that love a man well, and when they are not together, she is not complete, but once she set her eyes on the guy, everything she has been feeling just went off. Why is that, please? Let me understand this. What of a lady that love a man well, and when they are not together, she is not complete, okay? But once she set her eyes on the guy, everything she has been feeling just went off. Now, are you saying, Baba Bob, Baba Bobo, Baba Bobo, whichever one? Are you saying that when a woman would love a man, so when the man is absent, the woman is like she's not functioning right, but every time the man comes around, she will start functioning right? Is that what you are saying? Let me get your question. Now you see, single mother, you come on, you serve rice. You say they have eaten all the rice that you are planning to eat when you get back home. You know these children, they eat for fun. Like they don't eat to get fuel, they eat for fun. It's fun to them to eat. Okay, they have eaten the food, and then okay, if they have done what is wrong, punish them for it. And then they're going, Ori Baba, you pay, and start cursing on their father. This bitterness, nothing else. My mother did a lot of that. I can't go, bye. How? Okay, let me give you this one. My mother was bitter for a long time in her life. Only for before she had deliverance. Sometimes the thing used to still pop up. Stay away from my mother's left hand side if she's talking to you. Igbati can locate you anytime. 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 After my dad died a long time ago, after 15 years, we had to tell our mom to go get married because we knew she was missing something. Mm. Mm. Yep, something is missing. That's a smart move. I wish we did that to my mother. We shopped the beating till we grew up. I was already a grown man, like already eligible to marry. My mother will still tell you, Timba tún gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́nu ẹ̀." Like how? And then me, I have a problem with my mother. Anything I do, my mother says that, "Ó fẹ́ jọ bàbá ẹ̀." Ó fẹ́ jọ bàbá ẹ̀. Gbàs ni. Naomi Favor, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, just as much as possible, don't transfer aggression. I'm saying on seeing the man is like the feeling just went off and she liked the man. Okay, I get what you are saying now. She liked the man. When the man left her, or when the man is away, she's not feeling good. She's not functioning rightly. But by the time the man shows up, she can't connect with the feeling. She's just not getting the feelings right again. Now I get it. Let's understand that this is a feeling. At the end of the day, so you have feeling for the man, you like the man. Likeness, love, feeling, whatever name you call it, is a feeling. Feeling comes and go. There's what we call the state of acclimatization. That's another state of depression, when you begin to adjust, begin to factor your life. And some women now say, "Hey, Mike, me, I'm a man now." You don't want to be a man. You are just putting yourself in the shoe that is not your size. That's a state of acclimatization. You are now adjusting. You are now addressing your life, saying you have concluded that this is the way it's going to be. People like that will never find. Okay, maybe we should start talking about this redemption from here. These people like that, once you get to that stage where you are now adjusting your life, planning your life and factoring your life to okay, this is the way it is, adjusting and accepting the way it is, you will never move on because now you have adjusted to this. Now, love is a feeling and feeling comes and go. That's why love is not enough and it's not enough prerogative to marry anybody. Yes, you love him. Doesn't mean you should jump into the marriage tomorrow. Because love is a feeling. Feeling comes and goes. Go and ask any married person. There will be a time where you are not just in love. What keeps the marriage going is the bond that you have, what you share together, what are your common grounds, okay? And what will keep you going. There are certain moments in your life where you wish you can kick the head of your wife away. There are moments in marriage where you just don't feel like it. It's not that she's a bad woman or that she's a bad man. It's just, I just tired of seeing the same image every day. But because that woman is valuable to you and has become an integral part of your life, you will behave yourselves. Most times, it's not love that keep a marriage going. It is respect. It is appreciation. You appreciate, you know the value of what this person is saying. So keep going. And then again, the love will come back again. Love is a feeling. Feeling comes and go. So if somebody love this guy, but this guy, women are emotional animals, according to a philosopher. She loved this man. She has longed for him. If she's not getting the attention that suits the emotions that she's expressing, she begins to wind down. Now, what happens to her at the point where the man now shows up to her feeling is her fears rolled in. The fear of she has been away all this while. What has he been doing? So many questions are running through her mind. Did he still love me the way he used to? Did he still feel the same way I feel about him when he was away? Is he away doing stuff? Is he with another woman? Is it, stuff like that? So our fear rolls in. It's not as if he doesn't love the man anymore, but he's not getting it right. He's not connecting because of our fears. Our fear are standing in between the way of her and the person that she actually loves. Did I answer your question, Baba Bobo? Mm. Yeah, that's probably women pretend about sex a lot. Yeah, the feelings you ask for the guy fade away is because how do you get over bitterness? That's the entire series for this one. That's where we are going. It's all this when there's of course of people that keep talking about sex. We are talking about how you get over bitterness. Is the whole series that we're talking about. You see those things I'm saying on seeing the man is like the feeling just went off. Okay, yeah. I think I answered your question about Bobo. Tolu said not in all cases, it's just a no. Every married couple always abuse. No, if we even married couples, that's a joke. Personally, if I can't even abuse your daddy, you can't be my girlfriend. I think I just like it. It's just fun. King of Buddha did it, but not like abuse your daddy. No. If you can't joke about our parents, you are not the will of God for me. If you can't take a joke, I can't date you. Like, I'm sorry. Once I know it's men turn most of us to this. Well, it's your fault. You allow any man to turn you to anything that you don't want to be. That's the irony of life. Oh, yeah. I was robbed one time. That's how I became a robber. You will still go to prison. Do you understand? It's simple. One thing is, men turn most of us to this. So if we are saying sex as no big deal, it's because we are channeling all those wasted energy to something else. It's fucking us to give your body and all. Yet you watch it all messed up. Well, the question is, how long are you going to grieve? See, let me ask you a question. If you give Ojueni this, if okay, actually, Oju socialites, you have gold, right? You have gold in your house. If you give your gold jewelries and you give it to my daughter, Michelle, how long do you think it will take Michelle to either misplace your gold or flush it in the toilets? How long do you think it will take? If you give your gold jewelries, all those 9 gram gold that you wear to your party, if you give it to my daughter, how long do you think it will take for her to either break it or misplace it or help you flush it in the toilet? How long do you take? 3 seconds. That's too far. Michelle Ngbana don't gbadore ẹ̀jú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Or Melvin, like, now, you are a lady. You feel okay? Michelle is a lady too. Everything you have in your body, you are both girl. But if you give your gold to my daughter, now, Koto She Jack Robinson, you will sorry for your life. Why? Why? Because my innocent daughter don't know the value of gold. So she will mishandle it. Ó máa fi gold there, ó máa fi sọ́run bèbí. Ó máa fi gold there sí kíní kó máa fi wọlé. Ó máa sọ sí toilet àbí kó flush ẹ̀. Àbí ó máa já. Ó máa já. If you give that same gold to another lady now, a 200 level probably 21 years old Unilag student. To Agbe Gold to be 4 million fun. Do you know how she will value it? Ah, now this is what I'm saying. Another will know the value of your goddamn jewelry. He doesn't see it as anything. Nothing to him, nothing to her. The fact that you give your body and your all to a man and they mess you up is not because you are not supposed to give your body. It's because the man don't know the value of you. He don't deserve you in the first place. So put a price tag on your goddamn body and get somebody that knows the value. Èèyàn tó bá mọyì nǹkan kì í mismanage ẹ̀. You are not a victim because you are right. You did the right thing. You are a victim because the person is wrong. Do you understand? So check your prerogative, check the kind of men you open your damn legs to, and do the right thing. It's just a problem with your choice of men. So make the right choice, make the right things, and then love fearlessly. If you are going to love with fear, you are going to love and you are conscious, you are going to love and you are afraid, you don't have any business loving. If you are going to love somebody and you are not going to trust him, you are a disaster in the making. Don't love at all. You are a disaster in the making. If you are going to love somebody and you are afraid of history repeating itself, guess what? History will repeat itself because your actions will begin to produce compromise. You can't trust somebody. You are going to misbehave. History will repeat itself. But when a man begins to feel that you don't believe in him, you don't trust him, you have a compromise, you have a reservation, he will just look at you like, what are you doing? Men like to feel wanted. They like to feel trusted. Regardless of how bad you think men are, in fact, history, like studies even showing it that women cheat more than men do. And you guys are everywhere saying what is not even visible. Every man entering into your life is given opportunity to prove his own point, to prove his own statement. So you can't take the consequences of another man over this man. It is wrong for you to do. So if you are not going to love fearlessly and selflessly, you don't have any business being in a relationship. Get out and just keep using your goddamn dildo. Love fearlessly sounds like male privilege. People are getting their lives ruined because of love. Love sensibly. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't understand what you call male privilege because that has something to do with gender. Any man who cannot love fearlessly and selflessly don't have any business being in a relationship. See, things are getting worse. Relationships are getting more. There are more toxic relationships right now than good relationships because everybody is being entering into a relationship with selfishness. Everybody's entering into a relationship with selfishness. That's the problem. Because this one has been that I've had one. Some people did not even have any heartbreak. It's just being stupid. This one have heartbreak. This one have heartbreak. So everybody is now you are doing rat race. This one is watching that. This one is watching this. You will always look for what you are looking. You will always find what you are looking for. So it's not about male privilege. You know, I am anti that when it comes to things. You know, I'm an anti that. I don't think a man should have better privilege in a relationship than a woman. I don't believe in it. I think that's perversive. I think that is not what this generation should navigate towards. And being bad is not a function of male. Thank you, Tolu. It's not a function of gender. There are so many ridiculous women out there, so many satanic women out there, whether you want to admit it or not. So it's tit for tat. It is you who define that. The question is, how is your life attracting Willie? Did you ever wonder? Have you ever been responsible enough to ask yourself a question? How come every man that comes to you are 419? There's something in you that attracts it. There's what we call an electromagnetic organisms. Like attract likes. If every man that comes to ask you out at 419 that just want to rob your punani and rob your accounts, there's something in you. You are making poor choices. Be responsible for once in your life to reappraise your preference. There's something in you. No good man ever come to you. Two things are involved. It's either your eyes is seeing the wrong thing. Your mind, it is you who is throwing bad energy that is seeing every man as being bad. Ìwọ ni wèrè tí wà lórí ẹ̀, so every man tó bá rí jọ wèrè lójú ẹ̀. That's one. Or there's something in your character traits that attract useless men. Either of the two. I don't eat amala ever in my life. Never, ever, ever in my life. If you like, I don't eat seafood. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't eat seafood. If you like, put silver and gold on top crab and lobster. I thought that is one of the bougie food in America. Like people want to go out and go eat some seafood. If you like, put gold and silver on crab and lobster. I won't come to your store now. If you like, put anything on top amala. Me ò ní dé store now. Because me ò kí ń jẹ. You don't understand? Me ò kí ń jẹ. Somebody tried to impress me recently and cook on the vegetable soup for me. And there is shrimps inside. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't eat shrimps. Does the food taste good? Yes, but I don't eat shrimps. Nobody will patronize you if you don't sell what they want. Nobody will patronize you if you are not selling what they want. Maybe there's something in you, there's something you're advertising that useless men like to buy. You know, there must be something that you're advertising, you're exhibiting, that it is exclusive for useless men. So when recently I've been bold to all these questions. When I talk to women, they just say, I need where I want to. Yes, we will end up by that fair. Because you see, whatever you call it is what it will be. Wàá padà fẹ́ wèrè yẹn náà sí. Ó máa tún tó kó sọ́wọ́ wèrè míì. Wèrè lọ́kùnrin, wèrè ń dádìí ẹ náà. Bọ́kùnrin dádìí ẹ náà. Kò ń dùn mí before I used to now say, why can you make other stuff like that? No. Àgbà. Wèrè ní gbogbo wọn àbí? Okay, wèrè yẹn náà ló padà fẹ́. Gbogbo ọkùnrin kọ́ ni wèrè. Wèrè ló ń wá sọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀ ni. Ìwọ ni kó yẹ gbá ẹ̀ wò. Kí ló dé tó ń tọ́jà wèrè? You barely see a man that will say all woman is bad. It's just men that is we know we have so many bitter women out there. So many women just it will shock you. You will see 17 years old girl will be saying, man, we lọ́kùnrin show money. Man, àbọ̀dọ́gì burúkú lélẹ̀. Kí lélẹ̀ tí in life? 17-year-old guys, because I want to this rubbish is létí. So I think it's just a system. It's not really by experience. It's just a bad system. You let us have a deviation. Let us go back to the context of what we are saying. We call it safe zone. Bamidele, what you are doing is called safe zone. It's another state of it's another element of depression. So this is your fears that is controlling your life like that. You are afraid of being heartbroken, so you will not do it. This is the reason why this series. You see, this series of redemption is about you. Every time you remember how you felt when your heart broke, you just don't want to go through that thing in your life again. It's not as if you are not seeing men that want you. It's not as if you don't want them. In fact, you are falling. There are some men that they will make you drip. There are some men that you are thinking about in your head. You like them, Daku. You have come like 3 times in absentia. But in fact, you will say hello. When they come to you, you respond. But once you look at as if it can get serious, you will run away. You will now engage. It is you that you will give a man your number. When they call you, you will not pick because you are afraid of moving on. It's something tells you that history will repeat itself. So you will just not try to do it at all because you are afraid of doing it and getting the same result. Now, the fact that it happens before is not a guarantee that it will always happen. I want you to know that your heartbreak that you have experienced in the past is an abnormality. It's a state of abnormality. You see, the heartbreak that you suffered is not normal. So don't make it a norm. Don't normalize what is not normal. What is normal is for you to love and be loved and enjoy good relationship and mutual understanding. That's what the normal thing is. So when you experience heartbreak, that is a change from the normal circle. It is not normal. You understand? So living like that is normal is wrong. Don't normalize what is actually not normal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't normalize it. Now, your fears will rule your mind and it will cluster your opportunities of being better. What you have been through, you can see it in 2 different ways. Either you see it as a pain or you see it as a message, as a lesson. Hear me and hear me good. It is only a fool that failed a class twice. It is only a fool that failed a class twice. The fact that you have been through a relationship that ends in heartbreak is the reason why you should be confident that you will get into another one and not have the heartbreak. If you are responsible, see, we are going to go through. Let me give you the outline of this series. I'm going to pray for me that God help me. I have too much on my plate. I really don't have all the luxury of time. We are going to start from acceptance, and I will do a little bit of acceptance and I will get off this show right now. But from acceptance, we will talk about responsibility. And then we talk about redemption. And then we finish it by what I call colors. Colors. The biggest problem is that state of responsibility. And I'm going to take you through personal experience. Oh, everybody, all of you are running, your comment is jumping back and forth. You think it's only one that goes through heartbreak. Everybody, look at it. I've eaten my own breakfast too. I'm a better person today. I'm in a better space because at some point in my pain, I paused and I took responsibility for every action and inaction. Until you can be responsible for yourself and be a critic of your own self, you're probably going to fall into the same thing. I read a statistics that says that second marriage are liable to end in divorce. You know why? Because so many people get heartbroken, walk out of a relationship, and because of their heartbreak, they just run into another one out of their vulnerability. History will repeat itself. They didn't take a time to reappraise, You can't do the same thing every time and expect a different result. You can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. So there is a state after you have accepted it. The biggest ordeal in heartbreak is acceptance. You telling yourself that it happens. Don't when you got that big, you start thinking, Booyah, can they come in? Can they? Booyah, and that's the when you think that it is you being good that makes him not respect you. Ṣé èèyàn torí ẹ̀ pé will see a good woman and not respect her? No. So it is not your own goodness that causes the relationship not to work. It is his own stupidity. So don't beat yourself for the offense you did not commit. And if you stop being good because you are good to one man and did not appreciate it, and then you stop being good, don't share it. Ìyá máa jẹ́ máa fọ́ àtẹ̀wò train ló máa lọ àtẹ̀mọ́lẹ̀ last. You've got the first date is to accept. So let's make a progression from here. We're talking about redemption. Everything that you have been through, accept it as a reality. It happens. It will not change. Yes, it did happen. There is no excuse for it. It didn't happen because you are bad. It didn't happen because you are good. It didn't happen because he is bad. It didn't happen because he is good. It happened because it is meant to happen. Period. Until you accept it as a fate and just leave it. Yes, shit happens. Get over it. Life is a journey. You need to know the difference between your bus stop and your destination. There's no way you can possibly have reached your destination. Yes, baby. Let me shut up my mouth. What's up? How are you doing, babe? I'm a ringing. I'm a ringing. How possible is that? You need to understand that some people are part of your journey, but they are not part of your destination. All right, be good, man. Go and win. Some people are part of your journey. They are not part of your destination. I will motivate them. Funny love me. So that one boo me. I gave 5 years irresponsible, and I was trying to be sweet. Who the father boo me now? This life is not bad. She won't last. Don't ever okay. Men are bad. Really local. She won't. When women will be doing yama yama, you people will not see it. Continue. Accepting the reality of what has happened begins your journey to redemption. 2 things you will not do. 1, very quickly, don't make excuse for your deal. I was speaking with a lady and she said, yes, maybe because I pamper him then and I did not. No, she said she was paying her bills by herself and she didn't ask for the guy. She asked for the guy because it feels like the guy is still trying to settle down and she was doing it, and then it feels like that is disrespectful because the man realized that he likes to feel like a man, and yes, she was trying to help out and be there, but the guy see it differently, and she was Don't make excuses for your deal. Accept it as a reality in your life. I said something earlier. It is a fool that failed a class twice. It is a fool that failed an exam twice. If you have sit for an exam and you have failed, at least you have the past question now. You know what the exam looks like. You know what the question looks like. By the time you are preparing for the exam again, you have an idea of what the exam looks like. So it will guide you into preparing. So you are not reading a whole textbook. You have area focus. You know what it feels like. Especially when it comes to all these professional exams that they are always asking the same question. It's a repeated question. The same exam, the same question. How many of you always do all this employee appraiser training at your job, where there's all this annual training that you will do at your job? You always do it every year. Or if you are in a health field, you probably do CPR and first aid training every year or every 2 years. It's the same question. It's the same thing. Or you do, or, employee training. Employee training. It's the same question. You are going to get the same result. Somebody say not in biology and maths. It says not in statistics. Statistics, if they give you the same question, are you going to get different results? If you solve the maths right, are you going to get a different figure? No, you are still going to get the same figure. So if you failed it before, you can go, if you are not lazy, you go back to the drawing board and practice it. Come back and sit for that same question. You get it right. But you see, that's not where I'm going. What I'm saying is this. Your heartbreak is an asset for you to be a better person in your next relationship. It is not an absolute loss. It equips you and make you better if you did not appraise it with bitterness. Oh yes, syllabus. No, it's not in that context. It's not in that context that I'm coming from. If you let me finish, you'll get it's. I was quoting the statement. Okay, if you fail it twice, you fail it 3 times. Every time you fail it, it gives you are getting closer to the reality of not feeling it. I don't know if you understand, Miss Shade. That's exact. That's the point I'm trying to drive here. Every time you fail an exam, you are a step wiser into how to pass it. If you are not stupid, if you are not lazy, if you are responsible to yourself. We are not talking of where the syllabus change. Syllabus of life don't change. It's constant. We are the variables. Life is constant, like constant. What you make out of your life depends on the motive and the mindset at which you accept the reality of your heartbreak. There is an other side to everything. The truth is this. You see part of your past relationship that broke. You keep talking. You want to blame the man for everything. Some of the reasons why the relationship did not work, I told you earlier before, is a consequences of your poor choices. Oh, you are in a relationship 5 years ago. The relationship break now. Auntie, you know better now. Some of you knows that if you have the opportunity now to date another man, you know that you will not date that man. Even if you guys are never in a relationship, by now you know better. You are more matured now. Why break your tail? Yes, so much doing. Some of you, the reason why you are hot is that you know that the man that even hurt you do not even deserve you in the first place. One road you get called in the first place. Ó kàn fẹ́ kéèyàn ṣálè la adé orí. Kábíyèsí ti wàjà nísìn. Adé orí ti gbálẹ̀. You know? You know better now. Paul said, when I was a babe, I think like a babe. I became a man. I think like, you think like a man. Benjamin Franklin said life tragedy is that we grow old too soon and wise too later. Life tragedy is that we grow old too soon and wise too later. We get wise later after we grow old. So that means we have done some things when we are not wise, and then we now get to meet up with the reality after suffering one or two consequences, and then we now get wise. So, see, some of you, your relationship break 2 years after, 4 years after, 5 years after, you are crying. Will it not be better for you to have been 20 years, 22 years, 25 years in this same marriage, and then it broke and live your life in a hot mess? Don't cry over what God is fixing for you. Some of you, God is at work in your life, is fixing your life. You are there fussing and crying, going about with bitterness, and you will now hinder the purpose of God for your life, because once you have filled your heart with bitterness, God will become handicapped in fixing your life. God has started the work in you that you are the one that is hindering God from perfecting God's plan for your life. God has seen that you have made some decisions and some choices out of your ignorance, and is trying to rectify your life and taking this relationship, taking this man, breaking you out of curses and bondages that this man is carrying up on that, and you are holding on to it and you are crying and fussing about it. It is God that is at work in your life. Don't hold on to what God is trying to take away from you. There are so many women who is going about with bitterness and fussing about a man that they have never had. You feeling that you have lost what you never had. This man was never yours. This woman is never yours. Somebody asked me something, and listen, I have much respect for my ex-wife. I don't even hate her. I wish I would every time. She, of course, women are women. She remain revengeful and spiteful, but I don't even respond to those things. I don't bother. She send me texts that don't make sense or that should stimulate my anger that I don't like. I don't even respond to them. I will just ignore it. And she know by now that if she send me messages and I did not respond, it's because she's writing rubbish. Give her 2 days, she will now get she normal. Because she knows she won't get a response from me. But that's not where I'm going. Let me tell you something. So I said that because I want to say this is whatever I want to say right now is not to demean her. I have much respect for her. I only have children in my entire life. Those 2 kids. And whether shit goes right with us or not, those only 2 children I have in my life are from her. For those children alone, there's nothing I don't like we've had a very horrible moments, but for those 2 children, I give her the regard. So I don't disrespect her. But so get that right. But let me tell you something. Somebody asked me a question and said, "Oh, I saw your ex-wife." I'm like, "Oh, do you?" I said, "You guys don't look anything I like. You guys don't match." Yeah. Only you get a gone. About your marriage in your work. And he just said, you are like, how did you even marry her in the first place? And first, she feels like I'm a big deal. And I said, no. Actually, when I married her, I was like that. More greatly. The only reason why our marriage could not work and we could have a common ground is that when I was growing, she refused to grow with me. Period. Because it's not just her that said that. I've had so many people. So one lady said in my church, how did you guys meet? Then we are not even divorced. We're still happily married. And it was like, how do you guys meet? You guys are nothing alike. And she was laughing about it and I felt very insulted. Like, I feel like that person actually insulted her, but she did not see like that. But I know what they are saying. I admit to it. Our the way we function is different. Like, we are too far from each other. And hey, the honest truth is, I wasn't like this. That would tell you that I wasn't this Victor King 7 years ago. 7, 8 years ago. This is not me. I evolved. I grew into this. So, this is what I'm about to say. That sounds a little bit heavy. Okay, now I'm single again and I want to marry a wife. Do you think they will bring a woman like my ex-wife and I will marry her? Am I mad? Let's say we have not been, I don't know her before now. But this is me now, at the level I am right now. 2021, you think I will marry my ex-wife? I'm not because she's my ex, but as in somebody like her, somebody that looks like her, that functions like her, that is in the social class that she is right now. So boom, no, you're wrong now. I know better now. I see better. I function at different pedestal now. Do you understand what I'm saying? The same way it applies to so many of you. That man that broke your heart, when you choose to date her, you are stupid then. You don't know what you are doing. So it was a poor choice in the first place. You understand? It was a poor choice that you made then. When that person said, no wonder you didn't, and I'm like, no. It was me who married my brother. I did not see my future then. I grew sporadically, and I was trying to. One of the reasons why I didn't work is that I was trying to push her into what she can't see, and she's not ready to move along, and that's why it's just unfortunate. As I always tell people, no, I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's just a bad fit. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, but today now, if I want to marry her, no, there are certain prerogatives. And I'm not sorry about it. You just have to be something. There are certain things that are just basic for me. You are not there, you are not there. Big titties, big booty is not it. It's not what makes you. About 35 layers, his skin, and about Michael Jackson. I have certain prerogative right now. I have things that are baseline for me. Why? Because I know better. Now, how did I know better? Yes, she might probably feel the same. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I know for a fact, yeah, my wife, that Agege, you know how many years she has spent in America now? You think if she too want to marry a husband today, you think she will marry me? She will marry a man like me then? The Victor King of 2012. You think if she want to marry a man, and she will marry a man that looks like Victor King 2012? No, but she. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why? Because she knows better now. I am not the husband that she married now. I'm an entirely different person. And this is where this teaching is all about. How you can redeem your life, redeem your mind after going through the moment of disappointment. If your past relationship does not make you a better person, you have failed. You have wasted your time. Do you understand? You have wasted your entire time. I'm a sweet, loving. When I see when girls pass some comments I really appreciated. Oh, you are such an intelligent man. Yes, fine. Me, fine, man, I'm a refined person. If you see me 2007, 8, 9 years ago, you will not trip for me. You will not like me. Give kudos to my ex-wife that even married a man like me then. If I was in her shoe, I would not marry myself. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to character traits, there are some things that I say now that I do now. I see people, like, I take so many nonsense now. People, I will come and was slow, man. I will smile about it, and I will just laugh. See, you don't know that I'm not. If you tried that rubbish with me 5 years ago, oh my digbas boss. My maturity has gone a little bit higher now. I have been frustrated to the point in a relationship. I've seen hostile relationship to the point that I don't want to have it. So I'm afraid of hostility. I will do everything to avoid it. So now people just talk and I just smile. I just walk away from prejudice because I know what it can give birth to. Why? Because I've been there and I've been responsible enough to accept responsibility from it. Do you understand? So you have to come out of that relationship and take a decision. First of all, accept the reality. Number 2, be responsible for yourself. Number 3, make a decisions to be better. Make a decisions to be better. I don't think if I was this man, then maybe it will probably work. We grow too soon and why it's too later. Do you understand? That's why I said more of this teaching will be from personal experiences. I'm going to share with you personal experiences and how I journeyed through it. Most of you, all of you are Africans. You guys don't ever believe in therapy. You are doing yourself a lot of harm. I've been through 2 therapies in my life. I've invested money, time, resources, prayer, reading in becoming this man. So when you say, oh yeah, he's such a good man, I love him. Ogbeni, energy has been invested in this good man. So there is a price tag that is associated with it. At this point, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Like, I've grew to get to that point where I don't have an apology for what is right. You don't have to like it. If it doesn't just go right, it doesn't go right. I won't make the same poor choice I've made before that landed me into. My mother said something to me. Let me tell you the biggest fear of somebody who has been divorced. People keep calling me and they say, oh, yeah, Mr. Victor, you need to settle down. I want Tolu. Mr. Victor, you really need somebody, you need to settle down quick. I say it's a lie. I need to, yes, do I need to settle down? Yes. But quick. I'll tell you why. My mother says the fear of anybody who has been divorced is the fear of history repeating itself. Let me tell you something. My mother said something to me that really rings in my head every time. She said, "Wo, be alone, kò dẹ̀ bára ẹ sọ̀rọ̀." Kò dẹ̀ bára ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. So she said, you know, in life, it happens once. It's an incident. You say it happened the second time. It's a behavior. If you divorce first time, they say, maybe they are young, they make poor choices, they are not compatible. Yes, that girl is, there are 2 parties to every divorce. The people who are in favor or against. There are people now who are our own congregation that will say, that Victor is a bad man. There are people who are my own people who say, where did you even find that kind of woman? Oh, she's so useless. Everybody will take side. Yes, shit happens. God forbid if I get married again now and I have to get a divorce. Everybody who have been saying my ex-wife is a bad man will say, but man, you gonna need to lower. I will lose that dignity. I will lose that respect. You understand? That's the biggest fear. Now, the only reason why I would not be, but you see, hear me, he sure me die. It's not a prayer. So when I say people say, amen, prayer. Affirmation. That my next marriage is heaven on earth. Why? How do I know? Because I have invested time, energy, resources. You know how much it cost me? go through all of this because I didn't skip the step. Time, resources, energy, and prayer, as in intense communication with God. This is the part that we're going to end with. For me to put on the table and first of all accept responsibility of what is wrong, what is right, what can I be, how can I be better? You see that your heartbreak should make you better. Flip to the other side of your pain and get the message. Flip to the other side of your pain and let it equip you to be a better woman. Let it equip you to be a better man. Let it equip you to be a better woman. Flip to the other side of your pain. And this is the side where you accept the reality that it happens. You accept the responsibility. Be responsible for yourself. How long will you throw a pity party? How long do you want to be a victim? You are not a victim. You are only an act in this experience. You are only part of the script. You are not a victim. You are never a victim until you make yourself one. I tell people come and say, no, my next marriage is heaven on earth. It will be a standard for marriages. And that's why I can quickly settle. Why? You know, some people will call me, this will call you, say, oh, you are cooking. Oh, yeah. I don't want a wife that will come and cook and clean. That's not your job. That's not the reason to marry. That's not the prerogative. Those are the mistakes we made in the past. If I need a maid, I will hire one. Do I need it? Yes. But there's no, you need it, you get it. It will. Tolu have cast you happy. Everybody have a killer phone. Tolu come and name me Lara. Tolu is preaching some yes sermon for me that I don't call it work. Ever and bet Tolu come and name me Lara. I know Jesus go and settle down for me. Hey, lady, I've cast you. Now, it's going to be a heaven on earth. Why? Why? Because I have used my pain to teach myself how to be better. Hear me. The biggest revenge. I was telling a friend, I said, that's I made teacher and you show up. I must give her a reason to know that she has lost something. How will I do that? It's not being spiteful. I'm not do that because to do something to it. No. I will make more reason to pay in concern that I will say. Because if I she look at me afar off and see how things are working out for me and see how I'm having a very adorable, amiable, enviable relationship. Yes, she will look and say, is it the same man? Yes, so she will realize that it is what she has invested in that has gotten the result. The biggest revenge for your ex is to be better. The biggest revenge for your ex is to be better. The biggest asset from your pain is that you are a better person. Rather than the popular one that makes you, that you think that, oh, because someone break your heart, you will now become a bad girl. They will break your heart again. Unfortunately, relationship is a necessary evil. Relationship is a necessary evil. As much as you say, I don't need the man, I don't need the man, I don't need the man. Men are shit. We look on what they should for Ellen. Men are shit. Eventually, you are not having a relationship, but you are doing the free. Who is at loss? They are on feel, give away. But men are weary. They work on sin. Don't live in denial. Don't deceive yourself. Most time all those I don't need a man. I don't want to have any relationship. But you are doing buy one get one free. They are knocking you. You are doing no obligation. So this one out of no obligation, he knock you. That one knock you out of no obligation. Nobody is seeing you, but you're not seeing yourself. By the time you now get home at night, you are sleeping on the bed. You are hungry. You're not saying, hey, I don't have nobody. No, it is you who have chosen not to have anybody. So why are you still bitter about not having anybody? Are you not the one who said you don't want to have anybody? Every man that meets you, you say you don't want anything from me, man. No, what this man? What do you want to? What do you want to? You chase every good man around your life, and then you get home and sleep on your bed and start crying about not being lonely. No, this is the choice you have made. This is the choice you have made. Don't let any man break your heart, walk out of your life, and make a beast out of you. You are the reason for your pain at this point. It's not that man that breaks your heart, that left you, that is now hurting you. It is you now, you hurting yourself. Flip to the other side. Accept responsibility of what has happened. Accept the reality of what has happened. Let it build you to be a better woman. Let it build you to see better. Let it build you to be better. Devoid yourself of pain and anger. And hear this part. That man left you or break your heart not because you are a good woman. He breaks your heart because he's a bad man. That woman breaks your heart not because you are a bad man. He breaks your heart because she is a bad woman. Your goodness cannot be the reason for your pain. You have not done the wrong thing by loving. You can't be wrong by loving. You have not done your pain is not because you fell in love. Your pain is because you love the wrong person. So you can't stop loving. You can't stop loving. Be responsible to visit what makes your poor choices. Be responsible enough for yourself to look at things that made you choose the wrong person in the first place. Because the problem is not you loving. The problem is loving the wrong person. So look at the prerogatives of how you love and who you love. Don't let somebody's misbehavior determines your good behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been such moments with you guys. You guys have made me spend extra 45 minutes. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you again on Friday. We're going to continue on this series of redemption, and we're going to be having an area of focus on Friday by 11 o'clock. It's going to be an 11 hour because I'm working on Friday. And we have to do 11 to 1. 11 to 1 on Friday. So it will be pretty much early. And we're going to move further. I'm just laying, that's why you see that I'm not really hitting one angle. I'm just laying a general foundation, but we're going to talk about acceptance. Acceptance. In the process of, so we are going to start this process of redemption. Moving forward from your pain and having a better life. You can still enjoy love life. You can still be better. You deserve to be loved. You did not get heartbroken because you love. So you can be loved if you give love. You can be a better person. We're going to start the process of redemption, and it starts from acceptance. Accepting the reality. I will see you guys on Friday. God bless you. But I'm coming back by 4 o'clock. That one is not anything. To talk about Nigeria road to 2023. I'll see you guys by 4 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your night. God bless you. I'm seeing you this is 3 o'clock. I'll see you in an hour's time. God bless you.